The NBA is based on the skill, spectacularity, and talent of its players, but from time to time things go wrong and its giants are involved in brawls in the middle of the game. Driven by the tension and the hardness of some defenses, they can turn the court into the closest thing to a pressing catch ring, with unsportsmanlike actions and in some cases even dirty, gangs, and embarrassing fights. At this point, a ranking of who would be the 10 most dangerous players in the NBA if someone had to face them in a fight has been elaborated. Udonis Haslem. The 41-year-old veteran doesn't mince words when someone crosses sporting boundaries. He's 6 feet 4 inches, 185 pounds, and has a reputation as one of the toughest players in the league. He hasn't been getting into fights for a long time. At his age, he has earned everyone's respect, but if someone disrespects him or uses violence against him, it's in his face. He doesn't back down from anything or anyone. Boban Marjanovic. The Houston Rockets giant is one of the nicest and most likable players in the NBA. He never stops cracking jokes and loves to laugh, even if it's at himself. Behind his hulking frame hides a little boy, but no one should mistake him for that. If he gets angry, he can literally tear anyone apart. He's 7 feet 4 inches and weighs 291 pounds, and any normal human being should avoid getting into altercations with him because he might fly off if he takes his endless arms for a walk. The Serb is a smiling, cheerful guy, but don't try to make him angry.
Marcus Morris y Markieff Morris.
As if it were the movie Twins, the Morris brothers are two tough guys that no one should bother if they don't want to risk their physical integrity, since besides being tough guys, they will defend each other if anyone dares to mess with either of them, as the good twins that they are. And it is well known that 2 against 1, and even more so when it comes to two mastodons like that, they always have the upper hand. Marcus Morris, 6 feet 7 inches, 220 pounds, plays hard, talks trash to intimidate his opponents, and never backs down in front of anyone or anything. And Markieff Morris is even bigger at 6 feet 9 inches and 245 pounds. Like his brother, he doesn't shy away from any physical confrontation, as he showed in the famous fight against Nikola Jokic. Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell is a big 6 feet 7 inches 204 pounder, but he uses his physical strength as if he were 7 feet 3 inches. The Philadelphia power forward is a force of nature every time he drives to the basket, and his permanent serious and angry rictus intimidates all opponents. Best not to provoke him because he will stick his head in his opponents if he feels he has been disrespected. He is very muscular, and he knows it. And he has very bad temper. Better not to provoke him. Draymond Green. Draymond is part of the hardcore of the Golden State Warriors. He's surrounded by good guys like Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson, who can't hurt a fly, and he provides the counterpoint by playing the tough guy, protecting the Warriors' young core. Green never takes a step back when there's a scuffle involving him or his teammates. He's only 6 feet 6 inches and 229 pounds, but he's capable of wrestling with the bulkiest centers in the league. He's a beast of a man that no one would want to go toe-to-toe with. Robin Lopez. Standing 7 foot and weighing 276 pounds, he has an imposing physique that makes him grow when there are altercations. Even the NBA's toughest guys shy away from getting into fights with him for fear of getting scalded. He doesn't mind getting into fights, even if it's to defend his teammates, and he knows that because of his size, he almost always has the upper hand. Excellent rebounder. When he fights for a rebound, he uses all his musculature and does not hesitate if he has to hit his opponents to achieve it. His size and brute strength make him a terrifying enemy to face. LeBron James. It's no secret that King James has a portentous physique. At 6 feet 9 inches and 249 pounds, he could have played almost any professional sport he set his mind to, and playing basketball, where he doesn't have to push his physique, has allowed him to extend his career and break many records. On the court, he is unstoppable, and when he is really angry, he is stronger, faster, and more explosive than almost any NBA player. Getting into a fight with him would be risky. Just tell that to Isaiah Stewart, who ended up bleeding. Some believe that if he had taken up MMA, no one would have been able to take him down. Nikola Jokic. A few seasons ago, as mentioned above, Nikola Jokic shook another beast, Markieff Morris, by throwing him to the ground with his shoulder. The Nugget center stands 6 feet 11 inches and weighs 284 pounds. And while he may look soft because of his chubby appearance or his slow movements and poor leaping ability, in his case, it pays not to trust appearances. If he decides to take matters into his own hands, it's best to stay out of his own way, although he's never one to look for a fight. Jokic is actually number 3 in this ranking because of his burly brothers, Strahinja and Nemanja, 2 street toughs who love physical altercations and defend their brother to the hilt. Even Nikola himself has once said that he is afraid of them because of their temperament and aggressive nature. Markieff and Marcus Morris could have some trouble if they harass Jokic and Jokic's brothers show up. It would be the fight of the century in the NBA. Steven Adams. At nearly 7 foot tall and 256 pounds, Steven Adams is considered one of the strongest players in the NBA. Jimmy Butler said running into Adams was like running into a brick wall because the New Zealand center for the Houston Rockets is incredibly strong. He's pure muscle and has surprising skill for his size. And his permanent mean face on the court is intimidating, although off the court he is extremely friendly and polite. But there's no doubt that Steven Adams is one of the NBA's rockiest players. Difficult to move him from his spot or try to stop him physically, which makes him a very effective center. It's unlikely that anyone in the NBA would be brave enough to take Adams out of his box and provoke a confrontation with him. There's no one crazy enough in the league for that, or at least so far there hasn't been. James Johnson. It is often said that mixed martial arts athletes are the most dangerous people in the world because they are literally trained to hurt opponents. Well, as an NBA player and karate black belt, no one in their right mind should mess with the Pacers' power forward. James Johnson is 6 feet 7 inches and weighs 240 pounds, which combined with his martial arts skills makes him a guy his opponents would have no chance of winning a fight against. Also on the court, he has always shown his combative nature, never backing down from anyone and going after any ball like a madman even if it wasn't quite within his reach. Johnson has the toughness gene ingrained in his character. He tried his hand at mixed martial arts and kickboxing, and he himself has admitted that he does not rule out a career in the UFC when he retires from the NBA. There he would have more opportunities to display all his brute strength. Let his rivals tremble. These have been the toughest or most feared players in the NBA. Let us know if you would dare to have just one round in MMA with any of these beasts. This has been all. I hope you enjoyed and learned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell because that small gesture helps in a huge way to increase this great family. That said, see you in the next video.